go through with it. So, maybe. I don't really care. I'm not going to stop using my name just because my little sister told me to. Oh, great. How's she doing? Still on her path to becoming the pinnacle of tribal perfection? Of course she did. It doesn't surprise me that she decided to join a fanatic. Though it is amusing that she chose one capable of using compound sentences. She never believed in the power of words. But perhaps that's exactly why she ended up following a man who fed her beautiful lies.
Oh, forgive the mess. I didn't really have much choice about where to set up my things. Normally I'd be in a tavern, but, well, it looks like the tavern is closed until further notice. That means Varel's bookshop is the only place where I can read and work in peace. Oh, of course, my apologies. I'm Imran. My thoughts tend to drift far from the present. I'm a scholar of sorts, though not the kind that hides behind walls of parchment. My calling is to seek out traces of what was lost, ruins, relics, anything older than old. And yes, I'm a Pict. Not many of us wander these lands, I know. Staying in one place isn't exactly in my nature, so I travel, I learn, I dig through the bones of the world hoping to find something more ancient than mankind. Trust me, I could talk the hind leg off a donkey. No need to waste time on such things. Wow, that's really kind of you. So, thanks to Varel's generosity, I managed to get my hands on a certain book. Well, once a book. Now it's just a pile of loose pages. However, these are some truly fascinating loose pages. They're the writings of a Dalariata scribe from nearly 6 centuries ago. Incredible, right? But what's even more astonishing is the content. This man describes encounters with people who knew nothing of King Arthur or the homelands. Nothing at all. Do you understand what that suggests? I'll tell you. It's so exciting. I suspect Avalon may have already been inhabited by a race similar to us, long before our arrival. I've traveled across much of the island, and I've come across some mentions of the people of Farpoint, a place far in the northernmost reaches of Avalon. Few have ever ventured there. Perhaps the weirdness started to gather and ruin their crops, or made hunting more dangerous. Or maybe it was some sort of conflict that forced them to seek a new place on the island. Or perhaps they simply had a nomadic spirit. It's hard to say with the scraps of information I've managed to gather so far. And so, my friend, here we are, staring down the question, or rather the flood of questions that wouldn't leave me alone. Many Picts I've known have prolonged contact with the weirdness. I thought it was just them, a bunch of lunatics, who first dared to embrace that strange force. And what if it was the first men who knew how to live alongside the weirdness? And think about it. If we could uncover how they did it, the possibilities would be endless. It could change everything. For now, I'm trying to pull together more valuable information from these writings. But honestly, I feel like I'm hitting a wall. I won't uncover anything new just sitting here. And unfortunately, I'm stuck here for the time being. I got injured on my way to Connacht, and I'm not quite back to my full strength yet. Oh, don't worry about that, really. It's more of a, let's call it an occupational hazard rather than an actual ailment. I have to give myself some time and everything will settle back into place. I'll be as fit as a fiddle, or whatever it is you say here. Yes, something like that. The Grotto of First Men. That tribal scribe detailed where it should be located. And I'm assuming you're asking for a reason, aren't you? I'd love to go there myself, but this is a matter of some importance to me. I don't want to wait for this one. So, if you're one of those bold souls who take such ventures, I'd be more than willing to entrust this task to you. Truly excellent. I'm deeply obliged, my friend. Here are the notes. They should guide you to the location. Return swiftly and, more importantly, safely. I'll eagerly be awaiting your return. The place seems to attract trouble. Not a good place, then. I'd run out of breath listing all the things that plague this place. And I haven't even been here that long. Of all the misfortunes these poor people are facing, I'd wager the men here is the gravest of them. The Red Death, troubling as it is, seems manageable, at least with the intervention of the priests. But the weirdness, shoot. If the men here goes out, these people will face a far greater peril than any sickness or human form of conflict. I heard she was a Dalariata who runs a bookshop in Connacht. I was a bit apprehensive about meeting her. I thought I'd find someone overly rattled and stripped of her own cultural heritage. But Varel, she's different. And I admire her work that she even bothers to do it. Sometimes, it feels like people have lost all interest in discovery, whether it's the kind found in verses or the kind waiting out there in the wide world. I'll get back to work.
Keep it civil, please.
Nice to see you. Hello there. Looking for solid, affordable gear? You've come to the right place. Ah, but where are my manners? I'm Alwyn, and you, my dear stranger, look like you're in dire need of a resupply. Well, the men here doesn't seem to be on the verge of dying anymore, and with the Camelosians around, business is booming. The longer they stick around with nothing to spend their coin on but our stalls, the better for us. It's a bit of a shame I'll have to delay visiting my brother at the Horns of the South, but he'll understand. He always says he can't leave his stall for even a single day.
Elixirs, powders, ointments, got something for wounds, poisons, something to keep you on your feet through the night and help you survive the cold. And all of it made by my own hands, with science. No tricks, no vile spells. Yes, all magic is a scam, an illusion that pretends to give you something but always takes more in return. My elixirs work because they're based on knowledge and experience, not some fickle power from another world. Anyway, go ahead and read my anti-magic manifesto. I've laid it all out, why the magical plague must be wiped from Avalon.
Always a pleasure to see you.
There's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. And there will never be anything. Look around you. Everything you see doesn't exist. We're not here. And the real Lord, the four-armed king, is lost forever. It's just greedy, deceitful lords everywhere. False kings. There is no king. Sagramore wanted too much. And Vane, he doesn't even know what he wants. Nothing. There's just nothing. I've seen his cursed kingdom. I've seen it haunt my endless nightmares. A kingdom now forgotten by all. An aberration that should never have existed. I saw it. He made them kneel and cry his name. Sagramore! 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 Present but absent. Always absent. Always uncertain. Kunark is doomed, as is Yvain's entire bloodline. Gold. Ah, yes. Gold. The true nothingness.
have some spare.
Oi, you. You're new here, aren't you? I don't think I've seen you around before. Ah, no, sorry. It's just that we don't see many new faces around here. Just us and the locals and, well, if you haven't noticed yet, they're not the friendliest bunch. Do they? Then maybe we're all just sick of looking at each other. I'm sure they're not all bad. This must all be quite hard for them. But it's not like I want to be here either. I've got a pregnant wife waiting for me at home, and they won't even let me buy a book for her. Yeah, about birthing and labour and whatnot. It's going to be our first, you see, so my wife's worried sick. I wanted to send it to her to ease her mind, you know? But that Dalrita wench chased me out of her bookshop and won't let me back in! Ugh, because she hates Camelotians. Why else? I mean, I know the folks ain't exactly happy about us being here, but Vrel? She's Dalrita. They're taught to hate us from birth. That's all there is to it. Well, could you? I'd be really grateful. Just don't tell her it's for me. She won't sell it to you otherwise. Please, I'll pay you back. I'll even throw in something extra. Please, for my wife. Oh, thank you. You're a lifesaver.
You sure about that? Haven't seen your face around here before. A visitor, eh? Try to stay out of trouble. I'd rather not have to put your name on the bounty board. No, that'd be Sheena. I keep this camp running and make sure everyone's pulling their weight. Idle hands have no place in Camelot's army, especially not on a mission like this. Trouble is, we've got more work than men. So if you're looking to earn some coin, check the notice board. I've posted a few bounties. I can't spare any soldiers to deal with things outside of Kunacht, but I'll be damned if I let those bandit scum run loose. I handle what makes soldiers fight. Sheena handles what keeps them comfortable. You want glory and gold? See me. You want a softer pillow or a warm meal? That's Sheena's domain. Legate Denham is in charge here. Sometimes I wonder if he upset someone higher up to get sent on this mission, because this place, it's a damn mess. Lord Yvain's acting like a maiden on her wedding night, the Red Priests are throwing their weight around, and the locals are ignoring the fact that they're all about to be swallowed by the weirdness. I have no idea how the legate puts up with it all. But, well, at least he's got me to make sure his orders are carried out. I'm Immunis Askel. If you're here for war stories, forget it. I've no time to entertain idle curiosity. Most of the fighting's behind me now. I've traded my sword for paperwork. Not glamorous, but necessary. Once we're done here, maybe I'll finally retire. Then I'll have all the time in the world to spin tales for nosy brats like you. Yes? I see you managed to defeat Sanguinor the Crimson. Good job. Some say he was a knight who fell in battle and was brought back to life through dark magic, that he rose from the grave as an undead monstrosity with an insatiable bloodlust. Others say he was just a terrible jerk. Either way, he's gone now. Here's your reward. Well, well, Kestrel the Piercer. We've been after her for a long time, and many of our soldiers have fallen to her arrows. She believed she was dispensing justice to the wicked, though her favorite crime to punish seemed to be simply having a few coins in one's purse. Well, I won't miss her. I recognize these remains. That's Thorn the Bloodbound, a complete madman. If you have his sword with you, be careful. It grants strength to the wielder, but at the cost of their blood. There are stories that Thorn got it from a demon he made a pact with. We'll probably never know. You managed to defeat Sindamar the Firebringer. Congratulations. Long ago, when Sindamar wasn't Sindamar and wasn't bringing anything, he was just a common townsman, deeply devoted to the All-Mother. At least, that's what everyone thought. Secretly, he was studying forbidden fire-summoning magic. Eventually, he stopped hiding it. You can imagine the havoc. Personally, I'd take 100 Furkets over one Sindamar any day. It's a good thing you managed to stop him. You managed to catch Lame Lorcan. Well done. I didn't know him personally, but he used to be a scout in Camelot's army. One day, he went on a mission and returned with a nasty wound above his knee. Supposedly, a weird beast got him, but he managed to kill it and drag himself back to camp. After that, he started to change, becoming more and more aggressive. Eventually, he began shooting people with his bow for no reason. He was hiding in the area, occasionally attacking people. And if it weren't for you, he'd still be doing it. Thank you. Here's your reward. Hey, care to humor an old soldier with a friendly spar? These bones could use some warming up. That's the spirit. Let's see if I've still got some fight left in me.
Sure about that?
You better step it up. You getting tired? I fought tougher than you. You'll regret crossing me. You better step it up. I fought tougher than you. I used to be a force to be reckoned with. Now I'm just an old fool, shuffling papers and barking orders. Exercise? I don't have time for that. I'll be in the grave before I see results. No, I need something faster, something stronger. Exactly. You're quick. I'll give you that. There are potions, elixirs, things out there that can bring back the strength I've lost. I need one of those. Not some quack remedy, mind you. Something real. Something powerful. If I knew, I'd have fetched it myself. But there's talk of alchemists in the region who dabble in such things. And if anyone's got the gall to brave the wilds for it, it's you. I've also heard about some powerful stuff from the Dalrieta tribes. Trust me, I'm not a fan of those folks. But if it works as they say it does, I'll take it. Good. You'll be paid, of course. Just bring it quick, all right? The idea of sitting around like this for another day is unbearable. Yes? I'll await your return. You sure about that?
You sure about that? Ah, here's our troublemaker. You've really caused a stir around here with that spectacle in front of the Menhir. I had everything in order. The cart was ready, and people were all set to move to Camelot. But now, you appear out of nowhere, and suddenly a dying pile of stones lights up like a bonfire. That's bad. That's very bad. Firstly, because now I have to write yet another report to Camelot that we're going to be late, and that they need to send us even more supplies. Secondly, you've somehow reignited the Menhir, and this has reignited people's hopes that they can stay. And that's dangerous. And before you ask why it's dangerous, take a look around town. The recent Red Death outbreak took its toll, and I'm pretty sure things are just going to get worse and worse. But you should be thankful to them. Their hopes are the only reason we haven't locked you up for sabotaging our initiative. That's the assumption I decided to go with, and that's why we're talking. Perhaps there's still a chance to sort out this mess. You can go tell Murig that your presence doesn't change anything about our deal, and that you are unwilling to help with his endeavors, whatever they may be. And if he doesn't listen, play along, but come back to me when you learn what he has planned. Isn't it obvious? For the safety of all the residents of Avalon. Only by gathering the Menhirs in one place and reigniting them will we be able to keep ourselves safe from the weirdness. Avalon's population has significantly declined over recent years. We're on the brink of extinction, damn it. That's why we need to stick together, to take care of each other. Only Camelot possesses the necessary infrastructure to establish the right conditions for its people. If they remain here, they will die, either from the weirdness itself or from the horde of monsters it spawns. And there aren't enough soldiers here for their protection. You must know that I didn't come here just to obey orders. I truly believe that this is the only way to save everyone on Avalon. Then at the very least, we'll have bought some time for those wiser than us to think of an alternative solution. Perhaps we will invade Tuathan, like in the glorious old days. Or perhaps someone will find a way to free the derelict fleet, allowing us return to the homelands.